on in. Come on in. Come on in. Now, come on in. Now, come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your girl BondyBlue, and I'm back. I don't know if my sound effects are working. Somebody comment, let me know, do y'all hear? Do we have white man screaming for me? I can't tell. I don't know, girl. All I know is I'm here. I am here. Okay. Earlier today, I did another Now That We're Grown. It is a cult classic. I like it like that. I found out it was Jamie's favorite movie, which I did not know. Yes, I can hear it. Oh my God. Let's do it again. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. That made me so happy. I'm sorry I'm late. I actually was like working on graphics and time got away from me because I forgot I set this for 6:10 and not 6:30. My bad. My bad. Audio spills. I apologize. There are things that we have to get through, but I do want to remind you guys that I did do my latest Now That We're Grown, and I'm going to be doing another one. The next one I have decided is going to be on the Notebook because we need to discuss that. But this is the one that I did. I like it like that. It has trans issues. It has, like marriage and familial relationship and narcissistic parents. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like poverty. You know what I'm saying? Fuck niggas. People like that, right? So thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you like the graphic. Please get into it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's like one of my favorite parts about doing the Now That We're Grown series is coming up with graphics. And so I'm trying to upgrade things. And so, yay. we're moving into it, girl. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna get into a few topics today. So we are going to discuss Cheryl Underwood, girl, because we forgot. We're gonna talk to Cheryl Underwood, girl, and look through some of her clips from her and Shannon's interview, girl, because we forgot yesterday. My bad. Listen, y'all got me wrapped up, you know what I'm saying, arguing with y'all about mice and shit. And then why y'all do that, son? Why y'all do that? Like, we had the conversation in real time. In real time, the conversation is had where I am made to clarify what I was thinking about, and understanding the exceptions to this rule that I have in my head, and equating some things to there being a lot of food around and just lack of cleanliness, because I've seen how trifling people are, especially sometimes rich people, because rich people are like not used to cleaning up after themselves, and sometimes if they don't pay people to come and clean their house, they should be trifling. You know what I'm saying? So like it was just a conversation we were having. It wasn't even that deep. Why did I have to come to my comments today with a paragraph about explaining to me again about how when you are living in the country you get like, girl, how much do you think we need to talk about it? How much do you think we need to talk about it? Like, it just girl. And that's what I think. I think it's a lot of people that don't really like to clean up because cleaning up is tedious. That like to act like there's a reason, that has nothing to do with cleanliness. And I'm like, I'm sure there are reasons. I said when people don't plug holes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I believe in this situation with Jeezy that he was being trifling. And I didn't even really get a chance to fully get into the commentary of that because I had spent 5 minutes arguing with motherfuckers about mice. It was insane. Okay. It was insane. It was insane. My bad. I never want to upset anyone. That's not what I'm here to do. But if I upset you, my bad. Okay. But it's Friday and I got a good bottle of wine. Okay. Baby hairs are real. And I want to get into the thing with y'all. Can y'all do me a favor? It's 264 people. Ooh, 83 people. I'm trying to give people a chance to get into the room. Oh, I know. We're gonna talk about Keah. She's up here. She's up here, girl. We're gonna get into it. Did you guys subscribe to BondyBlue Bites? Did y'all subscribe to that? Y'all should, because that's where you can find all the little small bites of my long form videos. Like, y'all are here, some of y'all are here, y'all enjoy the live, some of y'all really don't, y'all like shorter versions of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing that for you. BondyBlue Bites. Subscribe. 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 Thank you. Okay. All right. So yes. No. Like, let's be clear. I always try to have compassion because, like, you never know what you're going to go through. Like, which is why I said myself, I had mice win. And now y'all going to jinx me. And I'm going to have, like, I'm literally showing compassion in the way I'm joking about it, because I'm letting you know it could happen to me too. It just has not. Like, I am, but because I don't like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people, like, y'all want people to always be like, oh, okay, and just go along with whatever you say. And that's not how I felt. That's not how I felt. And that's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. And it's okay. You don't have to like my commentary. Yeah. But I hope you had a good time anyway. So let's go ahead and get into the thing. Oh, okay. Hold up. One more thing. Just move supplements. Let's get my ads in really quickly. Okay, really quickly, Just Move Supplements, Black-owned brand. Get your mushroom coffee. Get your energy supplement. You put it with like LaCroix or just regular water, and it's delish. I'm talking about the energy supplement. You put mushroom coffee with just like water or milk, whichever you prefer. And see, all of these are all of that. Like, that's all like really, 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 really good protein shakes, girl. And this is the company that I promote because I support them, because they're great people, because I've met them, because they're a family, because it's Black owned, because the products are amazing, and because I lost weight and got on my workout journey fucking around with Keah LaShae. That's how it happened. I was fucking around with her on YouTube. Oh, let me do a workout video, the pandemic hit. Oh, let me do a live. Let me do a Wednesday with the Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Oh shit. Now she about to do a challenge. Oh my God. Am I about to work out for 30 days? Oh my God. I worked out for 30 days. Speed forward to now. And I've done over 10 challenges at this point. Okay. And I'm not perfect, but bitch, I'm strong. And I'm building up muscle and I'm kicking down trees. Bear, what? Fighting bear in a forest, okay? Strong bitch fight bear in forest, okay? Link down below in the description box where you can find all of these tasty things. The mushroom coffee is not the type of mushrooms for psychedelic situations, okay? As you guys know, mushrooms can be used for a plethora of things, and there are different types. I'm sure there are like 100 different types of fungi, okay, that can be described as mushrooms, and some of them are psychedelics and some of them are not, but they are still good for your overall health and your digestion. That's what they say, girl. Okay, mushroom coffee is like, one of the newest fads in, fitness, weight loss, health. They're always fads. Okay, there's always some shit, that may or may not be, proven to say what they say it does, that everybody's talking about. But no, mushroom coffee is not. That's why I say it's not a psychedelic. It's not trippy. No, it's actually meant to give you like energy, and it's like a healthier option to regular coffee. That is the idea. So get into those things. And let's go ahead and get into Cheryl Underwood and the things that she had to say in her interview with Shannon Sharpe. Please understand, it's like 2 hours and 38 minutes long, something like that. And I did not feel like it. So we're going to go through some of these clips and see how I feel. I haven't listened to any of this for real. But as I said, I commentate, I give my opinions, I critique, I analyze. And that is what we are here for.
Fallout.
Yes.
I have obviously have a very public fallout.
Yeah,
My
buddy.
co-host in that moment.
Mhm.
Was it what she said or was it who said it?
You know me, Shannon. You know if somebody's yelling at me, you know, I'm not crying because you hurt me. I'm crying because I can't say what I want to say. Just like when somebody told you,
Put my glasses down.
there you go. What would you have wanted to do? Old Shannon.
I wouldn't have had the show. I wouldn't be on ESPN. I wouldn't have anything.
Because God was preparing you.
Yes.
You will face this obstacle somewhere else. And that's why you see me sit there. And when I hear her, when she's yelling, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I turn to the camera and go, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back. That let the world know she's ready to be here. But also, I represent every Black woman
Correct.
in the world. We cannot be seen as the angry Black woman because now you're messing up somebody else's job somewhere else.
Yeah, I have a public fallout.
Yes.
I have options.
I think that's unfair. And I think what we have learned is that as individuals, it is extremely difficult to uphold an entire race of people on your back, as to be seen by the people that have fallen short recently. We fall down and he's corrupt. Okay, come on, Nelly. Come on, Snoop. All them other niggas that I don't care about, whatever. Okay, I feel like a lot of times we promote this mentality as Black people that we need to be some fucking exception all the time. And as the civilization is falling apart, I feel like we can't keep doing this to ourselves. There's literally somebody with hella felonies in the White House doing all kind of felonious things, and everybody knows it. And we're all like, it's democracy. It'll be fine. I feel like what we understand now is the bar is in hell. So if the bar is in hell for them, I don't know why we still want to like promote the idea of exceptionalism with Black people when it comes to us keeping our mouth closed about disrespect. Not about how hard we work and all of that. But I mean, why are we always expected to just sit there and take it for the sake of who's going to come behind us so that they can work in this fucked up environment? No, honestly, I feel like, Cheryl, there's an in-between. Cheryl, girl, I feel like there's an in-between. I feel like the way you turn to the camera, I would have probably said something about it to the audience and not responded to her. It probably would have been a comment like, well, I guess everyone isn't in control of themselves as they pretend to be. We need to take a break because Sharon over here needs to go and pop a pill. Like a comment would have been made. A joke would have been made. Something witty and slightly disrespectful, but okay for the television would have been said before we went to that break. And I feel like lying down and taking it with nothing being said, it just perpetuates the mindset that we should continue to hope for our prior enslavement. And we should just keep funneling people into these microaggressive situations. I feel like there was a point in time, so like let's say for the 90s, where we're trying to progress, right? And so we are adopting the mentality that why are Black people always having to be exceptional in order to, be respected or not seen as a villain or a criminal or whatever, because of racism. So as we get past that, growing past that is realizing that we should not always feel it is our responsibility to carry an entire race of people on our back, meaning we have to take abuse. We have to take verbal abuse. We have to take some type of mental abuse because this job and us representing an image in this job is what matters the most. No, I don't agree. I don't feel like eating other people's negativity in such a unjust manner is healthy for anybody. If Sharon felt like she wanted to disrespect you on national television, it was your right to respond to her in like or in kind. And it doesn't have to degrade you but it can absolutely be a response that showcases I am not lying down and taking the disrespect of this angry, drugged out old white lady because I care about this job so much. Like, there's a way to have your slight rebellion in these moments. And I think we as Black people, we forget that sometimes. It's okay for you to rebel a little bit in these moments. You do not have to acquiesce every time some, racial discriminatory situation happens and you have to remind yourself of the, dream of the slave and all of this and keep your calm and your cool. You do not have to hit people. You don't have to hit people. You don't have to do things that get you fucked up. But there are times when you can respond in ways that let people know exactly what you're trying to say and gets it off of you. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a place in between angry Black woman and I'm sorry, ma'am. Excuse me? I think you have me slightly fucked up. Like, I feel like there's a way to express this. Like, oh my God, girl, I feel like we need to get a doctor in here. Okay, somebody needs a psych eval. Like, is it in my contract to be disrespected like this? She's threatening me. I'm scared. I'm sorry, like, but you don't sit there and act like that white lady wasn't threatening you like that. You turned into a white lady your damn self and give the best acting job of a Karen in your life. Oh my God. Oh my God, Sharon. Sharon, why would you say, are you threatening me? Oh my God, someone help. Y'all better learn. Y'all better learn from these people. Y'all better learn from these people. Okay, listen, let's move on. What else did she say? What else did Cheryl say?
Never had the Instagram accidentally press the button.
There you go,
Because
Cheryl.
I'm too savvy for that. Listen, ladies, every red light ain't no smoke detector.
Right.
You got to know about dudes. You got to look under the bed. You got to see if there's people in the closet. You know what I'm saying? I came to talk to you. Now there's 3 more teammates in the closet waiting on me. You worked as a big sexy ass Black nigga. You said, well, what would you like to do? So I thought to myself, what would any other woman want to do? I said, I would like to go on the carriage ride. You said, I will take you. So
wait a minute, stop. We all over the place with this, but you mean to tell me Shannon Sharp took Cheryl Underwood out on a date? You want me to believe that? Okay.
Then we get in the car, can't find the carriage ride,
Right.
so we talking. And we talk all night.
We talk for about 2 hours.
Then when you was like, well, I'm going to go home, go to bed, I was like, woo! Because I wasn't taking all that. Because, I'm sure.
To me, this sounds like, and I could be wrong, y'all. I could be wrong. I'm just telling y'all what this feels like to me. It sounds like she's expressing, I went on a date with a man and we had great conversation and great chemistry, but he didn't want to fuck with me. He didn't really want to fuck with me. Like, I would have fucked with him. And so now I'm going to come up on this interview and talk about it in this very lighthearted manner. And the way I'm going to do it is to make it seem as if his dick is so big that I was glad he didn't want to fuck me because I could not manage his big old dick. If that is not... Ooh, Lord. To me, it's too much. Like, I'm not giving that nigga all that. I'm not giving that nigga all that. If you ever played me out like that and decided that you wanted to go on a date and have a 2-hour conversation with me, but you wasn't really interested in me physically after you was interested in me, like verbally for 2 hours, yeah, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. I am never getting on anybody's platform to big up your dick. Because we can act like that was supposed to be, her acting as if, oh, don't nobody want no big ass dick. But that's not what that is. Everybody knows that her getting up here talking about how big this man dick is going to make everybody think that Shannon is, oh, Mama Shell, is filling the girls up. Okay? Filling the girls up.
Your big blocking out the moon. I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you. I wasn't taking all of that. And for all you women that want to have sex with that guy, he ain't bringing nothing short. I do one thing very well.
Yeah.
You could have had it, but your ass jumped out the car like you was on the Dukes of Hazzard.
She said you could have had it, but you jumped out the car like Dukes of Hazzard. Now, I don't want to call y'all out, but I'm trying to understand, how was it not a date? They were cool and just hung out. Yeah, that's what happens when you go on a date, a blind date, and you're not attracted to the person. Or you go on a date with a woman because you know it may be good for your image. I'm trying to understand how it's not a date. They said it was a date. The option of sex seemingly was on folks' minds. They went on a carriage ride. That wasn't a date? Oh, okay. But you're not going to tell me it wasn't a date because she not his type. And what I'm drawing reference to is the fact that he seemed to have a really good conversation with her. And I wish that men were more intellectual when it comes to dating, because then they wouldn't be online complaining through all their interviews about the women that they date who only want them for their money. Because if you were actually dating women like Cheryl, that would not be your experience. Okay? But when you date people, you got to pay the fuck. Like, I don't know. He was trying to go home and she brought up a carriage ride. Oh, okay. It sounds like she said he asked her, what would be the perfect date for you to go on with a man? And she said a horse and carriage ride. I feel like everybody is trying to rewrite this story, and I don't know why.
You didn't jump out the car fast.
I was on midnight. I got to go to work today.
You was gonna sleep wherever you was. I was gonna drop you. I got one good move. I was gonna drop you that night.
Nah, but I mean, I'm old school, Cheryl. You know.
So this is not Cheryl being low key thirsty and being a pick me. That's not what this is. Okay, girl.
Don't have to do that on the first day, on the first night.
We have been talking from one.
Oh, so he don't want to fuck on the first night. What she said?
One night to the next night. Remember, you said it's midnight. So it was 2 nights. It was 2 nights. You need to pay attention. See, I had a strategy, ladies. I had a strategy. I'm going to talk him all the way till he got too sleepy to drive.
Okay, so I feel like what we need to understand is weave always matters. And that when you are a dark complexed woman with really good cheekbones and all of this, soft hairstyles, big curls, that's your look. I feel like Cheryl looks so good in this interview because that hair is giving I make money. And yes, Dina the Explorer, baby, you hit it on the nail. Cheryl is so self-deprecating. That's what this gives to me. And he's really enjoying it. Okay, you going by what she said in the interview. She said it wasn't a date. You know she lying. Don't believe her. She lying. Because to me, every time I press play, she say something else that make me feel like her feelings was really hurt by the way he interacted with her.
That's it. If you and I was married, what would be the freakiest thing you would want to do? Because I know you freaky.
I ain't really like to
Shut up.
public. I not like the thought of being caught, but not being caught. So the probably of somebody walking by and actually seeing me.
Oh, you voyeuristic? Yeah. You want somebody to see you?
Yeah.
Okay, would you want to do a 5-some?
No.
You and 4 women?
No.
Why?
One-on-one.
That's too much.
No wonder I dodged the bullet that night. I wasn't taking all of that. Why do strong athletic men get upset about the littlest thing? You win a damn Super Bowl, it's all over you. I'm not gonna be mad.
But that don't mean he tongued them down.
Yeah, but if you want to, you can. Matter of fact, I need 4 of you to tag in because I'm not doing all this work. Tag in. Come on, get this. Can I say it? Yeah. Come on, get this long stroke because I'm not doing it. I'm going to go outside and make sandwiches because you look like you're going to be hungry after this. I'm over there massaging shoulders. You can handle this, girl. I've been taking this pounding every night. You can do it. Come on in.
To me, this is a signifier that most men with big dicks to these women cannot fuck. Once you get, let me tell you something. Girl, I'm trying to tell my business, child. And I'm not. But what I will say is the biggest have not been the best. The biggest have not been the best. But Cheryl is extremely self-deprecating. And what Cheryl is joking about right now is being a woman that is okay with being with this man and him being with other women. Now, to be clear, I don't have a problem with that. I don't think that means nothing. In all honesty, the older women get, the more they feel this way. The older women get, the more they do not care about all of this. Yes, I want my little companionship. I want my little peen every now and again. Don't put the whole thing in. Outside of that, if you need more than what I want, please, by all means, there you are. There you are. And now I would suggest women, wear condoms with people, you know what I'm saying? Like, just be very clear and very careful because, everybody is not, everybody's not clear. Everybody has not taken their medication. Everybody has not went down to the clinic. Girl, they have not went to the OBGYN. They have not checked it out. Okay. So you got to be careful when you live in your life like that, to be very clear. But I also feel like, at the end of the day, the older people get, listen, the less they feel like they need to be turning themselves into pretzel for what these niggas want. So if that's what these niggas want, hey, whatever. If that's what you want, let's go ahead and move on to this next clip.
Especially if you have children. I don't want to show, and you got daughters?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. I'm not going to show your daughters how to be whores. I'm not doing hell no. Can't no man worth his manhood and his backbone, put a kid in anything I own and walk in like he run it or he own it. You're not a man. That's not how this goes. I want you to live in your own separate house, and I live in my own separate house until you make a decision that I'm worthy to be your wife. Right.
Oh. Have you ever had a key to a man?
I don't like some of this language, but that's fine.
Hell no. That's your. I
would be like, until you and honestly, I don't feel like people need to be nobody's wife and all of that. And you also don't need a key to my spot if I feel like you don't need to have it. That's okay too. I think people need to rethink relationships. I think this whole, we're going to live together, be together forever. It's only me and you. I think people have been sold that so much that they think that's the only thing that works, especially when you watch how many people are in relationships and they are cheating on each other, or they're also doing these things and just not saying that this is what they're doing. I think people need to rethink relationships. I see nothing wrong with people living in separate spaces if that's what they want and that's what they can afford to do. I don't see an issue with it. However, her reasoning behind not wanting to be in a man's household and be around his daughters, I don't want to teach your daughters how to be a whore. Girl, what is a whore? What is a whore? Because please understand, his daughter's going to grow up and fuck. So what else? What is a whore, girl? What is a whore? So not being married and living with a man makes you a whore? Yeah, no, I feel like I need y'all to stop. I need y'all to stop. I need y'all to pick up the purity, pick up the bullshit that you've been taught and set it on down to the curb, because it does not make any fucking sense. That doesn't make any sense. You are not showing a young woman how to be a whore by living in a house or being in a long-term committed relationship that has nothing to do with marriage. A lot of people have lived and cohabitated and had families without paperwork. I think it's weird. I think it's weird that y'all think that way, especially when you're older. Like, you ain't got to live with him, but you could spend some time there. Does that mean you're a whore? If you go and spend the night over at the nigga house, like, and I do agree with her. I don't think people need to be all in each other's, with this bringing everybody that you date home to meet your kids. No, I don't agree with that. But I also feel like if you are in a long-term committed relationship with a person and y'all are exclusive, it makes sense that you would be around the kids, and that doesn't make you a whore because y'all are not married. Because in real life, people know you fucking. You know what I'm saying? It's not, listen, you can say she was joking, but to me, her tone, this entire portion sounds serious. But let's listen.
See, people laugh at me because I say I ain't never had a key to a woman's house.
That's for me. I want you to live, you can live right next door. I don't care. I just want to be, we be monogamous toward each other because I want to be able to trust you, right, and you trust me. You can't have no key to my though. You know,
He might come over there and see something, huh?
No, you gonna see everything if I get out the bathtub fast enough. You gonna see it all. You gonna see all of it. And I done lost almost 110 pounds. But no, I can't shack with no man, especially if you have children. I don't want to show. And you got daughters.
Yeah.
Oh hell no! I'm not gonna show your daughters how to be whores. I'm not doing. Hell no! Can't no man.
I'm sorry, that was not a joke.
Worth his manhood and his backbone, put a key in anything I own and walk in like he running.
There isn't a smile, there isn't a laugh, there isn't a heightened tone. Nothing about her energy in this clip gives joke.
Oh, he own it. You're not a man. That's not how this go.
Look how furrowed her brow is.
Want you to live in your own separate house, and I live in my own separate house until you make a decision that I'm worthy to be your wife. Right?
Oh.
Have
you ever had a key to a man's house?
Hell no. That's your. I like that.
See, people laugh at me because I say I ain't never had a key to a woman's house.
That's me. I want you to live. You can live right.
You have probably never had a key to a woman's house because probably almost everybody that you've been with, you've probably made either move in with you by the time y'all get to that point, or they haven't had enough money to want to give you a key to their place. They just move right into your shit. But yeah, I feel like, Cheryl has a bit of an antiquated mindset, and that's not surprising. She's older. A lot of older women have antiquated mindsets. I just feel like we should be way more careful about the way we call ourselves whores for things, because the shame and the guilt that is aligned with our sexuality as women is deep and long and exhausting, and I don't think it does anybody any favors. Like, I don't think it helps anybody for y'all to continue to have this energy of shaming and guilting women for everything that has something to do with sex or the opposite sex. Like, it's exhausting. And there's literally, like, I feel like it is the tightest box that we try to fit young women into, period, with this idea that everything outside of you being exactly by yourself with no one around you makes you a whore. Like, it's exhausting. Because when people actually are whores, like the men that go through women and have unprotected sex and, have all of these children, like the men who actually showcase whore-like behavior, you do not give this same energy. They are able to go about in life with their whoredom as if it does not matter. And so I need to understand why this same thing cannot be applied to the way y'all treat women. Is it because everybody is trained and socialized to hate women? Ask yourself this question. So let's move on. Cheryl said a lot of things. I do not feel like watching that entire thing, but it was very interesting to hear her take on things. I think she has aged beautifully. I'm very happy for her success. Like, even though I don't agree with some of her mindsets, I've always been happy to see her succeeding. And, more power to Cheryl, girl. Keep them coming. But I'm going to tell you this. I think I need for y'all to age out of self-deprecation. I need y'all to age out of making it seem as if you are not desirable enough for the utmost respect and treatment in relationships. And that has nothing to do with, being okay with somebody fucking other people. That's more to do with the way she deprecates herself in every, every turn. He didn't want me, but that's okay because his dick too big for me. Like, he want to fuck old people. That's, that's okay. I'll just be in here making sandwiches and shit. Like, that mentality, made mattress muling, that's the promotion of that. That's not a life that Cheryl actually lives. I'm sure she's a pick-me in her individual relationships that she's had over the years, but not nearly enough to put her money in jeopardy, it seems, at least as we've heard. Okay? So just be careful about the narratives or the ideals that people joke and promote that they really don't live, that are not realistic, and on some level are completely toxic to continue to, just say out there in interviews with millions of people, but, as if it is the right way to think. Let's move on, girl.
But I can't go back there. And they're saying that I can't go back for maybe another 10 to 14.
Okay, to pause. She's talking about not being able to go back to her house because of the wildfires. And she's also here in the comments. We'll read what she had to say. The only reason I'm talking about this is because, shout out to Real with Yanni, she did a video talking about how Joey Chavez has poor pussy management. And I want to get into it.
Another 10 to 14 are not going to be. Could be. I can't go back home for another 10 to 14 days. So that's crazy because we're like rotating 4 or 5 outfits. You know what I mean? Just continuing to rotate them. But like I said, I'm just super grateful that our house is still intact. Everything around us is burnt down. So you can understand why I do not want to live there. I think I'm just over it. I think with my robbery that happened years ago, having to just like abruptly move, and then the fires happening, I'm just ready to get out of LA. It's time to just refresh. I really want to like cut my rent in half so that I can save and buy a house. That was the plan anyways, to buy a house by the end of this year. But now I'm really just like, okay, no, it's time to get out of here, and I can find what I need for like less than what I'm paying, half what I'm paying right now. So, sorry, but I've just been crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what are we gonna do? Like I'm staying at my mom's house right now. My emergency insurance covers the hotel, but I'm still like, I don't want to be in one room with 3 kids and like no kitchen, no washer and dryer, no. You know, like, I'm not about to be sitting right now. But I can't go back there. And I'm saying that I can't go back for maybe another 10.
Okay. So people were in the comments, and in the commentary that was given was that how you have all these rich baby daddies, you having babies by these rich baby daddies, and you have to stay with your mom when your house is burned down. Like, why aren't your rich baby daddies tapping in? And I feel like, well, let's be realistic here. What we have learned is most of these rich baby daddies are really rich men who are stingy with their money, especially when they no longer have access to the women that they impregnated. Once they can no longer get access to your coochie, or when they can no longer control your life, then they are no longer helping you. They no longer give a fuck about your well-being, and you can no longer financially rely on them. You can rely on them from a check monthly, probably, but outside of that, no. Bow Wow is probably not going to help her. Who else she got a baby by? Future? Yeah, if they don't like you, if they don't see it for you, yeah, no, they're not gonna be like, oh, shawty, I'm so sorry about your house. Let me send you a couple of stacks. You need somewhere to stay. Like, what you need? Because honestly, I feel like the only offer they would give her is that she can come and stay with them. And that's why they're not in a relationship no more, because don't nobody want to be in close proximity with these niggas. Okay? So I feel like, yes, it's giving you had babies by niggas that ain't shit. But I also feel like, would she really have known that until she was shown that? Like, yeah, these niggas have Yelp reviews for sure. I feel like, I don't know Joey Chavis' number in the lineup. But I absolutely feel like women assume that men with money, because they are willing to lavish you with gifts while they're fucking you, that they will still maintain that same mentality. They don't understand how men are, and not just men, but I'm saying specifically men, because what I see whenever somebody decides they want a divorce, I know a lot of women, and in my tax bracket and education level of women, this is not shade, y'all. I'm just being real. My tax bracket and education of woman is not out here fucking niggas, for dinner, or, all of this manipulative. No, most of the women that I'm friends with or that I am around have, went to school, got good jobs, got married, started businesses, had children. They've done things the way they they were expected to do things, and the relationships don't work out for whatever reason. And then they decide they need a divorce. And the men decide all of a sudden that now I don't give a fuck about the woman. All I care about is the baby. And really, this is passive aggressive and a way to get back at the woman, because most of the time men don't want their wives to leave them. And if their wives do leave them, they want to be able to enact some type of revenge on you, or they were just stingy originally and you didn't know that because they were trying to impress you. So to me, I feel like it's hard to tell sometimes if a man is going to be really stingy or not, because they can pretend with gifts and showing you how they take care of their family and their homeboys and all of this other shit. They can pretend as if they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. But it's not until you're actually put in that situation and they treating you like cigarette butts on the floor that you understand what it's really hitting for. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, It is upsetting. It is sad that you pick those two specific men to have babies for, because they are extremely selfish, problematic, and they don't seem to take accountability for their actions. Like, even in public, the way they respond to how many children they've had out of wedlock. Bow Wow says crazy shit online all the time, very misogynistic. They showcase that they have a lot of sex with women. They use women. They bring women around them, but they don't really respect and or value women. That is what I am receiving. You constantly need women in your proximity because they make you feel good in some respect, but you really don't respect them at all. That's weird. That's all weird. And yes, I do feel like on some level, poor pussy management. Because two rich baby daddies, that ain't shit. But I also feel like, I mean, as opposed to broke nigga, I mean, honestly, some niggas with less money would be less stingy. Some niggas with less money would be less stingy. So I can't even, you know what I mean? I can't even. But, you know, that's her lot. That's her life. That's her choices. That's what she did. You know what I mean? And in all honesty, I feel like at the end of the day, this is not a moment to judge Joey Chavez. To me, this is not a moment of let's judge Joey Chavez because her baby daddies ain't shit. No, the lady's house just burnt down. I feel like it's a blessing to be able to have a mom that you can go and stay with that'll, you know, help you and, you know, you're comfortable. But when you do have your own children and you are used to living your own life, your first thought is, how can I do this on my own without bringing my kids and my life into somebody else's household, even if it is your mother? And let's be very clear. A lot of us love our moms, but nobody wants to live with them ladies again. We love y'all, but don't nobody want to live with y'all again. That's why we went and left, girl. That's why when we was like 18, 19, we like, girl, I gotta go. Okay. I love you. Gotta go. All right. So I just kind of feel like this is not a situation to like be super, super harsh or judgy about this woman's life, because essentially, girl, what that got to do with her losing her house? Like, what that got to do with her losing her house? What if she had two baby daddies that was dead, child? What if she had one that didn't have no money to help her? He was living with his mama and his mama house burned down. What if she was with niggas who their houses also burnt down? Like, you know, you just never fucking know. She has 3 kids. Okay. Who's the other baby daddy? I see y'all saying 3. Who's the other baby daddy? I only know about Future and Bow Wow. She had 3 baby daddies. Joey has a bad picker. I feel like, do the girls have bad pickers, or are most of these niggas ain't shit? Sorry. I don't know which one it is, girl. I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one it is. Insurance does put you in a hotel, but it may not put her in a hotel that's up to her standards. And she said in the message she didn't want to stay. She said, of course, I was staying with my mom during evacuations by choice. Of course, I couldn't go home and get the necessities at the time. Speaking to my followers about the wildfires, and y'all always making negative or about my baby daddies and what they got. That was the reality of the situation during the evacuations. Let's continue to pray for the people who have no home to go to. Now, leave me the fuck alone. So yeah, like I think people were really acting like, oh, you fuck 2 baby daddy, 2 rich niggas and baby daddies, and you out here in the street. Like, I guess, I guess you shouldn't have fucked them rich baby daddies. Like, man, give me a fucking break. I'm just saying, y'all, like, give me a fucking break. I'm glad she was able to go to her mom's house. Trevon Diggs. Okay. Yeah, no, I know about him. Yeah, okay. I did not know she got him too. Damn. This got around. That's a wide range of rich niggas, girl. And who's to say they didn't throw her a couple of thousands of dollars, but that wasn't enough to like get you a brand new apartment? Where you gonna move? Where you want to live? Like, that's all stuff that you have to sit and think about once you've lost your home. So yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like this was a time for us to be on here with the, you know, oh, you got a bad picker, bitch. And I feel like, yeah, but what they got to do with this? Like, there are other reasons why she would have to still deal with this on her own. That's all. Or we don't know if they helped her on the back end. You know what I'm saying? We just don't know. And it ain't, like I said, it ain't like she out here on the street. Why we acting like that girl out here on the curb? Why y'all acting like that girl out on the curb? Oh, girl. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. All right. So let's move on. let's talk about Alexis Skyy. Because, girl, the video came out that showed Alexis Skyy beating her friend up, girl. Her friend came out, and I told y'all I didn't know what to believe. I could believe him. I literally said I felt like I did believe him. Honestly, I feel like I just have posted that. Might I just have posted that, girl? Let me look on my YouTube right quick and see if I just recently posted that story, because we can go back. Girl, we can go back to when it was originally discussed. Let me see. Girl, let me type it in. I don't think I released it yet. Alexis Skyy. Yeah, I think it's in some stuff that I'm about to release. But yeah, girl, Alexis Skyy, homeboy who got on the internet talking shit about Kirk and Rashida. Like, he was one of the first people to say that Mendices was out here in them streets cheating, I believe. And she was on live with him, and she apologized to Yandy and Mendices and Kirk and Rashida and everybody. Because her friend got on her platform. Oh, no, I did post it. Hold up. But girl, I did post it, bitch. Stupid ass. Let's go ahead and go to the DV cases that I do find extremely problematic. Okay. Now, this situation right here is not a couple. But I feel like you should absolutely press all of the charges. What the hell is going on? Let's talk about Alexis Skyy. I'm gonna vote for Trump. And I changed my mind once I learned that he felt like my disabled child shouldn't even be here. Yeah, bitch. That's why you shouldn't get on public platforms and endorse people who are dangerous to our lives. Like, y'all play these games and all of that, but Trump is dangerous to our lives. And the people that don't understand that, they're in a cult. They're in a cult, or they're extremely misinformed. Either way, I'm not going to spend any more time having conversations with these people. You feel how you feel? I don't care. But ultimately, Alexis Skyy is one of those people that get online every now and again and want to tell y'all she didn't found the Lord. Okay? Bianca Lee Williams, I don't know what you're saying, ma'am, but please exit out of my comments. Please. You can be here, but don't do that. I'll block you. I hope you're being facetious. I can't tell, but yeah, Bianca Lee Williams, if you're serious, please stop. I'm going to block you. Alexis Skyy, ignorant, bothersome, fakes religion so she can find whatever man that she wants. Apparently she beat the shit out her former best friend, Anthony Gaskins. Now, don't forget, it all goes back to Yandy and Mendices, bitch. Anthony Gaskins was the one that got online originally and said that Mendices was out here and shit, giving his D to all the girls. Abuse is abuse. It is. And this is abuse. And this is different. I see how I feel differently about this compared to the Safari Erica situation. See how
On Friday, I was walking into my apartment complex and I wasn't even at the
case by case basis. See how that works?
Door, and my former best friend, Alexis Skyy, walked in. Out of it, I'm gonna just say out of it, and she had 2 other people with me, and she assaulted me. I tried to turn around and walk away. She punched me in my face, and then the other girl came in, punching me in the face, and then a guy came in. They were kicking me in my rib cage. I have a fractured rib, not one of my veneers out, yeah, not one of my teeth out, and it was just really, really bad. You guys, I'm scared. Like, she's been making threats against me. I can't go to my house. She's been doing a lot of personal attacks towards me and talking about me and my health and talking about me and just really doing a lot. But to physically attack me is uncalled for. You guys, I was attacked. I was hurt. And it really bothered me, you guys. I can't do this. So here's a little story time, you guys. On Friday, I was walking into my apartment.
I'm sorry. It was him. I can't do this. They're clicking off, y'all. I'm sorry. That dramaticism kind of was a tad bit funny to me, but his face is okay. So y'all heard, this is my first report. BondyBlue bites, girl. This is what it's for. Okay. That was my first report on this shit. This is the video. Y'all look at the video. So she rolled up on Anthony. Somebody trying to separate them. Some niggas come from behind. Now they jumping him. Yeah. Yeah, she set him up. She set that man up. She set that man up. Because she rolled up on him and then they finished the job. And they dragged him. Oh, wow. Is that him with the hoodie on? It looked like that's him, and he calling the police because y'all got the wrong. Y'all got the wrong hoe. I don't know who y'all fucking with, but y'all got the wrong bitch in here. No, because they wrong for that. Call 911. Call 911. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what else happened. She definitely started hitting that man to create the diversion for them men to come up behind her. That's wild. That's wild. You rolling up on people and fighting them. That's wild. I'm trying to get to the end of this, girl. I think that's the end. All right. So that was the video. Alexis then came and responded. Girl. I know it's a filter, but girl.
Is not my best friend, and that was never my best friend, number one. Anthony and I met at a hair salon. He was like begging me to be my assistant or whatever the case might be. I didn't know him from a can of paint. I didn't pay attention to his history or whatever the case might be. Long story short, I was looking for an assistant. The stuff that he was proposing to me, I was like, okay, cool, we could work together. Blase, blase, blah. When we needed somewhere to stay, I opened my doors to you, okay? I opened my doors and my home to you after several people in the industry have called me. The day I even posted you, have called me and told me to stay away from you. And I let you live with me for 6 months, okay? You stole my clothes, borrowed my stuff, actually without asking me, stole my chain, okay? You're now using my Amex card, and I'm going to show you guys proof. So you have a lot of legal actions against you right now. So while you're playing and keep trying to like attack me, it's a whole new year. So if this is the fame that you want, we're going to spill the whole truth. I moved him to the same building as me, okay? Mind you, I said we were living in the same home and then we moved separately. Now I moved him in the same building because I put him in position to be able to live in the same building as me. So long story short, he then comes up to my apartment from the stairwell, okay, because he didn't want to be seen on the camera, and I open the door because I'm not thinking that he's going to hit me. He throws an air freshener at my face in front of Linda and busted my lip and my fingernails. So I started, I'm not even going to go there. So that was the first altercation. So you hit your hands on me first at my home in front of my kid because you're upset. Like, I'm confused. I'm still a woman and you're putting your hands on me in front of my daughter in the hallway. So you can have your footage, keep posting, but I'll have footage, don't worry, because I'm in contact with Ring. You try to mess up my Ring account, whatever you're trying to do, keep trying. But you put your hands he put his hands on me first.
Right.
And from there, guys, we live in the same building. So you wanted to disappear after you put your hands on me because you got scared. You started attacking me nonstop on the internet, calling CPS on me, calling my family, lying on me, telling them I'm on drugs, trying to basically ruin my character. You're using my Amex, still stealing from me. You stole my Louis bag. So that Louis bag that he has on, guys, the circle one, he stole my Louis bag. Because how did he mess up my Ring camera? Because Anthony was my personal assistant. He was not my best friend. He had access to all my stuff. Anthony is not my best friend, and that was never my best friend, number one. Anthony and I met at a hair salon. He was like begging me to be my assistant or whatever the case might be. I didn't know him from a can of paint.
Okay. So thank you for the reminder, Alexis Skyy. Her claims is that he came to her apartment and boxed her in. And then she turned around and had him jumped. And that would make sense because it definitely seemed like, it definitely seemed retaliatory or something like that. That's what I'll say. The energy of the video seemed retaliatory. But I feel like she said, I need proof because he provided proof that you rolled up on him. I need proof that you said he rolled up to your door and threw something at you and all of that. I need proof of that. But I also feel like, yes, Lily, the Yelp reviews have been out about him. He's messy. He's been on Basketball Wives. He's also been on Love and Hip Hop. I'm sorry, not Love and Hip Hop, Real Housewives of Atlanta. He's been messy. He's consistently, put out things about people that, a lot of those stories about Mendices came from him too. He was one of the first people to say that shit on the internet. And listen, that's not the only reason I believe it, but I'm just going to say, like, he's messy. He's messy because he wants attention, and he wants attention because he wants clout. And he wants clout because he feels like it'll give him money and validation. And then he'll be able to shit on everybody from high on a perch. Okay. So I don't know what to believe because yes, even though she might be lying, I need her to provide proof that he rolled up on her. I need proof. Just him stealing from you, I do understand. You say he stole shit from you. I do believe that. But again, why would you let somebody who you met down to a hair salon begging you for a job become your personal assistant to the point that they got the passwords to your fucking Ring camera? It's giving not smart. It's giving not smart. You did not know him like that. But you allowed him into your life in such a manner, talking about he not my friend. Girl, that don't even fucking matter at this point. Whether he was your friend or not your friend, you let this man in your life when he already had a television history of being somebody who is untrustworthy. Hello, click, clack, click. I don't know what's going on with it, girl. I don't know what's going on with her. She need help. She need help, girl. Okay. Let's see. I'm not proud of how this video makes me look. It's actually sad that I had this anger from him attacking me in my home in front of Lay and talking about my daughter and my parenting when I'm a great mom. I do my best taking care of Lay, making sure she strives. My growth requires me to be a better person when these types of situations happen. And I do need to think before I do take accountability for allowing him. I need to think before I do. I need to think before. I do take accountability for allowing him in my life. So I do blame myself. But I was in fear once again. He had someone with him. They had their hands up and I was defending myself. I'm still a woman at the end of the day. It's unfair that one side is being showed. But I just want to put this to rest. Girl, one side is not being showed. The difference between you and him is that when he put his hands on you, you did not call the cops. You did not get evidence of it in order to prosecute him in law. You went and got some homeboys and rolled up on him. What he did was call the police as soon as y'all rolled up. That's why it's hard for us to believe you. That's why. This office is representing Anthony Gaskin. The video involving Miss Alexis Skyy that was somehow released on yesterday speaks for itself. Mr. Gaskin will be dealing with this matter in due course. He would like people to respect his privacy at this time. Girl, don't nobody care like that. Don't nobody care about Anthony Gaskins like that. Calm down. Talk about somehow released. Don't say somehow released. Y'all released it. Cut it out. Child, people be lying. So I saw this online and I really wanted to have a conversation. Like, what's happening?
Okay, TikTok. Right now, it's a video that's going viral of me, the healthcare worker that's dancing on top of her patient's head. It's not what it is. Trust and believe. All I gotta say for now is angles play a big part, but we're gonna get into that another time. Okay? A lot of people in the comments talking about sexual assault, rape, just all type of dumb shit. Non-verbal. Trust and believe. He's verbal, and if he's not verbal to his kins, then I don't know what's going on over there. But around here, he be verbal, and I got proof. What you said?
I'll give him a hug.
You want to get a hug?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mama.
He looks very aware and comfortable to me, so y'all need to stop jumping to conclusions. Even though, yeah, I do see how you look, but trust me, it's not that. Enough is enough. Stay tuned. Okay, TikTok. Right now, it's a video.
Okay, so some of y'all have the mentalities of children and you don't recognize it. And it's so sad that you don't get that he can't, like, these people cannot legally be okay with this. I know they may think it's fun because they're like children in their minds. So you say, oh, let's do a TikTok video and a girl is shaking her ass in his face and he want to hug every day. He's a child in the mind. It's your responsibility as his caretaker to be above board in situations like this. Some of y'all really should not be given these jobs. Oh, girl. This was the video. What do you mean angles? What do you mean angles, ma'am? You are on top of him. You are literally touching him. You are standing on top of a tub. You put your vagina on the back of this man's head. What you really want us to know is that these men don't have a problem with you doing this to them. What you don't understand is it doesn't matter what they think, because just like children, they can't consent to this type of shit. And they damn sure can't consent to you posting it on social media, you weird ass bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't like when people, I don't like when people play with my intelligence, but I especially don't like when people take advantage of, you know what I'm saying, people like this. Like, you know, they're not all right. You're supposed to have more sense than them. It just shows you can acclimate to your environment better, but you don't have more sense. They should fire you. Girl, what the fuck? They should absolutely fire you. In the way you put your pussy on that man's head, I would absolutely question whether my family members were safe with you, ho. Because you may not do nothing to them, but you'll allow somebody to come in there and do something to them for money. If you have this type of integrity about you, if you don't see anything wrong with what you did, if you don't see how immature and fucked up that was for you to do that and post that online for clout, some of y'all need to just try to be content creators instead of trying to have other jobs that you really don't give a fuck about. Girl, get her away from me. Oh my God. Okay, so let's press. Let's do Keah. So we did the first 2 videos of Keah yesterday, okay? And Keah Rose of tonight's conversation, Love, Sex, and Relationships, the tour, has been reporting to us on her experience working with Ace and how he was just not that great, girl. He wasn't that great. So we're going to hop into that video in a second, but can you please do me a favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you have it, girl, please support the massage fund. Thank you.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Oh, I'm sorry, girl. I had to go refill my cup. I had to go refill my cup. But what I will say is Reset by Design Wellness is a luxurious experience for all the girls that have signed up for this BALI trip, girl. I can't wait. I can't wait. I saw us all in the group chat. I need to go look at some of the texts because I seen our group chat been thinking today. Okay. Oh, yeah, girl. You come on a trip, you become a part of the clique, you become a part of a group chat, girl. All right? We support each other. Count on me through thick and thin. Friendship that will never end. Ooh, I'll be strong. Count on me, I will. be there. Listen, let's get into it.
Hello, and thank you for watching part 2 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? I just want to address a few things that have been really pissing me off. Number one, I'm not one of those friends that fall out with a friend and tell their business. These hoes actually never liked me at all. This isn't a hurt people situation. This is a you fucked around and now you're gonna find out. A lot of you are saying this seems a little one-sided, Keah. Right, because I'm the only one talking. So since your faves get paid to speak on a daily basis, they should have no problem freaking out. Before it was tonight's conversation, live and uncut. It was tonight's conversation, love, sex, and relationships. The tour. I had never been on tour before. I was content creating and working HR at Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. I was HR there. By the way, since we're doing this, y'all probably shouldn't be eating that shit either, but if they sue me, they're going to take my son. So I best be shutting that ass up. But I got to meet some really great people. I met the very talented Jay Martinez, the very funny TC Caldwell, the really beautiful and talented K-Love the poet, and Mo Joe. Look how happy I am. Stupid girl. This healed, emotionally mature, ready for marriage man. Honestly, this show was a vibe. It was a vibe. It was intimate. It was positive. I had millions of followers. TC had millions of followers, but he lost his page. And when he lost his page, Mojo Jojo said, "You're no longer valuable. Goodbye." This is my best friend. And the reason why I'm in this fucking predicament, she was following Mojo Jojo and couldn't believe he picked me to be on tour. So when Mojo Jojo hired me, he said that we were going to make a lot of money because he had done a lot of shows. This wasn't his first show. This was my first tour, but not his. He used to be on tour with, who's that? Apparently it started out a card game, but then they like moved it to making content and then moved it on the road. I don't know. So one of the products sold on tour that made the tour and made him so lucrative is his card game. But word on the curb, allegedly is this was not his idea. A little birdie told me that the card game was his idea, but he just didn't know how to market it right. Good thing Mojo Jojo is a master marketer. Ooh. Unfortunately, this is going to be the end of part 2. But don't worry, we're going to give you a sneak peek of what's to come in part 3.
That's what I'm telling you. Wait, so y'all men really don't like getting y'all asses ate? No. Man, for what? Y'all better be glad I don't know. Oh, shit. Because I put these niggas after I be licking ass. I like for men to pee on me. Okay? In all true honesty, it's something about that stream hitting that.
Hello, governor, and thank you for watching episode 3 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? I know a lot of you don't like my delivery. I got this message today. When you do your next story time, could you do it less animated? It's taken away from your story time. No. And let me tell you why. No hate to you, because a lot of people have said that, right? They don't like my delivery, my antics, the animation. It's less believable. I don't give a shit what you believe. That's the truth. I'm telling you how I tell it. And I'm an animated person. So regardless of what I deliver, good news or bad news, it's gonna come out animated, you bland, boring bitches. Anyway, where did we leave off?
Y'all liking y'all asses ate? No. Man, for what? Y'all better be glad I don't know. Oh, shit. Because I put these niggas.
Ooh, you guys were mad about that one. You guys acting like I made that video. First of all, I just like to address a couple things. One, I'm not kink shaming anybody. If you want to get pissed on, you want to get pissed on. I don't. I'm not judging you. We listen and we don't judge. You're mad at me.
This the remix to Ignition. Hot and fresh out the kitchen. Mama rolling that body, got every man in here wishing we can on and run. I got the little drunk in the freaking weekend, baby. I'm about to have me some fun. I'm sorry, y'all. I really want to start. I'm gonna piss on it. Haters wanna hate, lovers wanna love. I don't even want none of the above. I want to on you. Yes, do I on you, I on you. Your body is a porta potty. And the P.I. kick. Nose karate. I'ma pee on you. Trip, pee on you. On you. You'll never feel quite the same when I get up with what? Hershey stains. I wanna fall on you too. I want to pee in your food. The only thing that my life complete is when I turn your face into a toilet seat. I want to pee on you. Yes, I do. Shout out to Dave Chappelle, boy. That was a hit.
What did I do? A lot of you said, well, if that's her husband, it is what it is, but that wasn't her husband in the video. So number 3, this isn't about booty eating, grocery shopping, or anything of the sort. This was to show you how she speaks around people that she's comfortable with. So when you guys said I was bullying her, right, when she got on TikTok crying, y'all were like, oh, you're going too hard. No. She talked like that. She talked like nigga, bitch. That's how she talked. It's just that, not on stage. So I wasn't bullying anybody, but I bet a bitch won't try to bully me. But I bet a bitch won't try to bully me. So the guy in the video was not her husband, right? And so he was just somebody that she was doing business with. Now, this guy, a lot of you have seen his video. He dated her. I'm not sure what happened, but she sent him a very long apology via email, which is, oh my God, like, is he a colleague or a nigga you messing with? I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't read that email. And once I see that your text is this long, you lost me. Now, I don't know why her and the guy you just seen broke up, but I do know that he stated she threw a lot of insults. She was very violent, very angry, and she sent this and another 4 or 5 emails, like I told you.
Okay, so let me explain for people if this is not being very clear. I believe that Keah is explaining to you that the people's images are not real. That's what I believe. When it comes to Kitty Rose, I think she's trying to express that Kitty is not who she pretends to be. That's what I believe is happening here. So what she says, changing and always admitting your faults. I was a monster towards you. I should have handled everything as promptly as you did. I disrespected you. I can't pretend like I don't wish we could go back in time. If you are willing to consider a possible reconciliation, I will book couples therapy and submit the payment with you over screen share. I will put in all efforts and work on me. I will make sure to prioritize our relationship. I will compromise more. It does hurt. I was calling to check on you today, but I didn't think everything would hit me. Please consider this as an apology. If you'd be willing, I'd love to give us a try again. I see how great we can be. You are a beautiful soul, an amazing man. I am a wonderful woman who allowed my past to sabotage my ways and dictate my behavior. I feel as though we can learn to navigate through and cope with our experiences. Please, all I am asking for is this one last chance. I hope to hear from you soon. Mesh.
You guys can pause it. I ain't read it. Now, a lot of women in the comments were like, well, she's apologizing. Yeah, but what he's trying to convey is with narcissistic women, they will do something terrible and then apologize, and then do something terrible and then apologize. The apology is more to get you back so they can have more of their supply, not that they actually mean it, because if they meant it, they would stop. Now, upon this guy coming out, there's another guy that came out saying that she shot him with his own gun. Shot at him or shot him? Listen here.
Damn near exactly what happened with me and her when I dated her. She saw that I had did some shit in my phone. We started fighting. Well, we didn't start fighting. She started hitting me. I was 200 pounds, like 250 at the time, 6 feet tall. She's 5'3", 150 pounds soaking wet. I'm like, I can't hit you, so I'm trying to get out the way. And she get in the car, keep hitting me, destroys my car, and then shoots at me with my own gun 3 times.
Hey, governor. And then, so basically saying that Kitty, who y'all thought she was bullying and gets online to cry, yeah, she's not who y'all think she is. That's what this is telling me. That's what I'm getting. So let's go to this last one she did, episode 4.
And pop goes the bad bitch. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on where you are from. Thank you for watching episode 4, season 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? A lot of you don't like that there be smoke in my videos, but I'm unemployed. To everybody that has reached out to me, asked me if my mental is okay, asked me if I'm good, I really do appreciate you. I see some comments saying like she's playing the victim, she acts like a victim. I'm not a victim. I don't even want to call myself a victim. I trusted a man with taco meat on his face. That man has a taco meat beard. That is the makings of a shiesty fella. Ladies, if your boyfriend has taco meat on his face, he's going to mess you up. Listen to me. I can speak from experience. And that reminds me, a lot of you were saying, well, I wouldn't listen to such and such, or I wouldn't listen to such and such. Listen, it didn't start off a panel. It was first a conversation. So season 1 was me, Rico, Mojo. Y'all, let's take a poll, guys. Do you like Mojo? Or do you like taco meat beard man? So I know I mentioned in my story on Instagram that he used to say things like, you're not going to be aesthetically pleasing, or are you working on your weight, Keah? And this is why, this is what I look like when I met him. But who was ugly? Also, taco meat on your face. Now, Rico was the first villain. He came in to not only be a part of the podcast, but like help direct the podcast. So one day we were shooting, and I guess we all found out that Rico didn't appreciate being talked to a certain way, and also just it was bad. It was explosive. Now Mojo said in one of his lives that I think that he had hired 100 cast members. There's been so many cast members in and out of his house. That was the guest cast. That wasn't core cast. Core cast stayed the same every freaking day. So we're sitting in his basement and we're all having a conversation about I just don't know what. But Mojo, and Rico get into it back and forth. Rico doesn't like how he's being spoken to, so he says something along the lines of, shut up, I'll beat your ass in your own house. Something like that. I don't know. Allegedly, it's not verbatim. And then Mojo said, use your words. At that moment, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh. Hit him. Hit him. But he didn't. He acted very professionally. We didn't see Rico again. And I think that's when we saw him, I guess, 1 or 2 straggling shows, but Rico didn't need the money. So we didn't see Rico again. But I think that's when I found out that when you do stand up for yourself, I mean, he didn't have to say. But when you do challenge him, you're going to get fired. It's going to be your last day, bud. And sure, I could have quit at that moment. I could have said, oh, you can't challenge him. If you challenge him, it's going to be a problem. But I did not, because I enjoyed the people that I worked with. I was making good money. And I didn't want to quit my job. Would you quit your job if you found out that your boss was a bitch? You know, what's crazy is along the years, a lot of people...
No. Nobody quits jobs because their bosses are bitches. Most people's bosses are bitches.
I've been using words like narcissist and diagnosing everyone around them. But when you actually see a narcissist, do you know what to look for? A lot of you think that I'm bullying our friend Keah, but I'm not. I truly believe she's a female narcissist. And no, I'm not a doctor. But I think when you blindly believe and follow whoever, including myself, you don't do victims justice. People that didn't deserve whatever happened to them. So please think about that, because these men, and there are a lot of men. There's so many men. It's raining men. So a gentleman reached out and said that he dated Kitty, the, relationship expert. So I'm sure the relationship was healthy and loving and progressive. Well, he said that he was cheating on her, right? Which no woman wants. So I want to be fair and tell all the facts. But the woman just reached out, I guess the girl that he cheated with, and it says Kitty did try to kill him that night. It was because I had butt dialed him. Around that time, he had been messing with both me and her. She found out. Then she got ugly. That girl used to cyber stalk me. She found out where I lived. She used to go live and talk about me and him over her FB and TikTok. It was a whole shit show. So she's saying she butt dialed him, and because of that, Kitty was on the phone. She heard they began to fight. Now that's what you heard in part 3. They began to fight. The car got damaged. Shots went.
The crazy night. I was so high that night off shrooms. Don't know. I had called him and she answered because I was sleeping. When I woke up, told me Kitty had tried to
She
kill him.
used his own gun to shoot at him, all because of a butt dial. Now, of course, the story is going to get deeper, and I'm invested. Are you? And pop goes the bad bitch. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Okay, so that's what we got so far on Keah exposing the people who I feel as if she believes were mistreating her on the Tonight's Conversation podcast. So I've never watched the podcast in full. I've always only seen clips. I actually like Keah because of clips I've seen of Keah. Keah makes sense to me. When Keah is on these clips checking people, she makes a lot of sense to me. And so I like her. I started following her. I follow her YouTube. I watch her reviews of Love After Lockup. A lot of the things that she says make sense. She is intelligent. She seems very balanced and progressive in her mindset. And so she never really comes off as a pick-me type of woman to me in her commentary and even in the dialogue she has with people on these podcasts. So I don't know why everybody, is having this weird response to her coming out and saying things about her experience on this podcast. Like, I feel like a lot of people are trying to make her look like, oh, you're a liar. You're trying to make yourself look like a victim. Blockety, 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 blah. But I'm like, isn't this what people have been doing? Haven't people been like telling their story in volume form, in episode form on TikTok when they've had a bad experience with a job, a person, a date, whatever? Like, this is what happens. And I believe she was fired. I believe they let her go and then didn't want to pay her. So if you don't want to pay me my money, and this is a messy podcast, and I know I can make money from spraying the messy podcast that owe me money, I'm spraying them. I'm spraying them to make the money that they owe me. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. I don't see why not. So I'm along for the ride. I'm glued in. I'm listening. And as what we have heard is basically the breakdown is that when TC, who I love, lost his page, Ace fired him. Kitty Rose is somebody that acts as if, she's holier than thou. She's one of the pick-me's on the internet, act a certain way so a man will respect you. Meanwhile, she's shooting niggas and eating ass and being pissed on. And Ace metaphor apparently is allegedly not paying people. Now, Ace has denied all of this in a very long message that I don't feel like reading, but he's denied everything. And when he denies everything in a form that I'm interested in, I'll relay it. But he did too much. Like, Jamie sent a message
And
she sent a clip, like the post that he had posted, and it was just so long. And I was just like, sir, I saw what you said. You said it's a lie. Got it. Okay. I'm going to continue to listen to her and hear what she has to say. That's how I feel about it. Okay. That's Keah Rose. But yeah, y'all act like people don't mistreat people on the job. All right, let's get into Apple Watts, you guys. Y'all know Apple Watts used to be on Love and Hip Hop back in the day, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. She was one of the faves. She got in a car accident in 2022, which we didn't know if she was going to make it out of, but she did make it out of that. Then there was some things like GoFundMe pages. Her sister may be stealing money from her. And now this is the first time I feel like I've seen her in interviews since everything happened. And it's with soft white underbelly, which can sometimes be very hard to watch. So let's listen.
I remember I ended up getting drunk. I kept this secret because I know people would judge me. But even that night, I went to my baby daddy's house and I tapped my son on his shoulder. And my son said, I tapped him on his shoulder and I said, good night. And I was drunk as hell. It seemed like when I woke up from my coma, everybody lied to me and stuff. And then nothing. I don't know what I was bugging people. Was I a bully? Like, was people really scared of me or something? They got that car. It's fine. It's fine. But it's like everybody knew I was drunk. They seen me leave. I remember I ended up getting drunk. We leave. They see in the car part. I had somebody in my car. And they knew I was drunk. They let me leave, and they let me, I dropped her off. And she said, she didn't want to get no confrontation with me, because the one thing about me, when I'm buzzed, if I feel you coming at me funny or anything, I'm going to go ham on you. It don't matter if you're my fan or not, I don't care. It is what it is. You can be fast tomorrow, you not be fast. But it's the fact that people didn't stop me. It's the fact that people let me leave. It's the fact people that put is did not say nothing. So if I would have died, if I would have died, it's okay. They so used to the no. You act hard now because I'm like this. Y'all be so hard now. We leave. This in the good part. Be so hard now. But why y'all didn't save me? This shit, you could have saved me. If it was me, I wouldn't mind being a punching bag. I'm that loyal. I wouldn't mind being somebody punching bag. I don't care. As long as you save a life, you don't know. But instead, people just let me leave. Let me leave. Let me drop them off. They don't care. But it's okay.
Do you feel like you had or have any real friends?
No, I lost everybody. Everybody gone. I'm by myself. I don't got nobody. But it's okay. I got God. God is the only one. You've been here since the beginning. I thought I had everything. Everything was going. Everything's so hard now.
Okay. So you were drunk. We already knew you had issues and habits. You'd had them on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. That was a part of your character. You're saying to us because you got in an accident that ended with you fucking yourself up for life, basically. Like, obviously, she has a lot of ailments and issues since then that she did not have before. And she was very talented and people liked her. But you could tell when she drank, she was out of control of herself. And I feel like she had plenty opportunities to see how alcohol was causing her to get in her own way. And she was sabotaging any future she could have had because Apple was very well liked, talented as a stripper. And people liked her. Even as a rapper, people liked her. They wanted her to win. And it seemed as if she could not get out of her own way. And I think what happens sometimes to people is that you keep thinking you can test the gangster. Like you keep thinking you can test things. Like, and then one day you find out that you can't. Nobody was supposed to be a punching bag so that you didn't drive drunk. You were supposed to see yourself on Love and Hip Hop and make different choices. That's what was supposed to happen. You never really had friends around you. You had your gay homegirl who I believe you had a relationship with who was no longer your friend. You didn't have a good relationship with any of your family members, and you had sent your kids to live with other people while you were in Hollywood. So essentially, no, you didn't have a lot of people around you. And this is what a lot of fucked up people don't understand. You feel like you can consistently be a burden and a liability to people through your reckless behavior. And they're supposed to keep helping you and keep being there for you and being a punching bag for you. That is ridiculous for you to assume. What this should have taught you is that you should have made better decisions. And it's not anybody else's fault but your own, because you knew what you were doing and you did it anyway. And this wasn't the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time. You had a drinking problem. And what happens when alcoholics get behind the wheel is sometimes they ruin other people's lives, but most of the time they ruin their own. If you could be real and honest with yourself about your own issues, maybe you can actually heal from this shit. But I'm gonna have to ask a woman that just got out the hospital why she dressed like a child. She's dressed like a child. That gives me some type of inclination on her mental space as well. And I think it's really sad because I don't, low key, I worry about the people that do soft white underbelly and how they interact with these people who are desperate. I worry about those interactions and how people are being exploited. I do, regardless. But with Apple, I feel like the writing was on the wall. You repeatedly acted in a reckless manner with your own life, with the life of your children. Like you said, you don't give a fuck. You don't care about disrespecting people. Please understand that for most people, you were probably a burden. If you feel like you don't give a fuck about disrespecting your friends and the people around you to the point that they were not about to get in your way when you decided to get behind a wheel inebriated, that's a you problem, baby, not a them problem. And I know you mad and hurt and upset and you woke up and everybody's taking advantage of the situation. I'm more than sure, but that is why you don't put yourself in situations like this. And this is not to have empathy for her, because I do. I feel bad for her. I'm sorry for her. But I also feel like for you to get up on this internet and tell us that it was somebody else's fault because they didn't break their neck to stop you is outlandish, delusional, ridiculous, and bullshit. But I pray that you get on your feet, Apple, because you lived. I don't know why she got them balls in her head, but I'm going to leave her alone. I'm going to leave her alone, Lord. All right, y'all, let's move on because it's sad. So Pastor Jamal Bryant's wife, Dr. Carey, seemingly responds to Jazelle Bryant's shade. Being a mean girl ages you. Girl, let's talk. So
Jamal's getting married. When is the wedding? They've set a date. Are you going? No.
How does your daughter feel about their dad's news soon to be wife?
They don't know her.
Really?
No, they've met her twice. He refers to her as his friend.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Have a seat, please. I don't have an apron. Hey.
Do you think you look like her?
No. I've seen her in person. I've met her.
Okay.
Not in my league.
So that's one. Jamal is getting married.
When is the wedding? They've set a date.
Are you going?
No.
How does your daughter feel about their dad's news soon to be wife?
They don't know her.
Okay. So Jazelle basically said that Dr. Carey, Jamal Bryant's new wife, is not in her league. I think that is something that a woman tells herself when she feels insecure about who a man has decided to act right with for 5 minutes. I think she is also feeling a way about the fact that he went and got with a younger woman. I think she feels slighted by all of these things. And that is why she said this woman was not in her league, because to be very clear, they look very similar. They have similar looks, except for the fact that Dr. Carey Turner is much younger. So Miss Carey Baby said, put me at a table where women support other women. Being a mean girl ages you, honey. And who has time for that when you can be living, loving, glowing, and aging gracefully? It's the glow for me. Drop a chair if you got room at your table, sis. That was real cute. That was a real cute way to handle that. It seems as if she might be a better first lady than Jazelle was with her old mean ornery ass. So let me see. Jazelle Bryant. Jazelle Bryant is how old? How old is this old lady from Potomac? Oh, Lord. Let's see. Is there an age on this old? Okay, so she is 54, she'll be 55. So she's 54. Okay, 54 years old. Okay, let's go. Dr. Carey Bryant. Is that the name? She went and got that last name changed. Okay, let's see. What's her age? Carey Turner, born 19. So she's 45. Okay. So she's 10 years younger than Jazelle. You know what I'm saying? That's right. That's 10 years younger. That's 54, 44, girl, basically. So yeah. I I feel like Jazelle is a bitter Betty. She's someone that really thought her entire life that her looks were supposed to afford her the best life possible. And what she has found is that she still had to scratch and survive good times to afford a certain life. She still had to battle with hood rats over a man. And she still had to deal with being cheated on, embarrassed, and disrespected on public, in a public way, whether it's in front of a whole congregation of church people or it's on national television. So what I feel is that what will really heal Jazelle in real life is for her to let go of the idea that her light skin was supposed to give her a better life. That's what I think. I think that she is a bitter person because she holds on to colorism and because it matters in her world and because it did not give her an advantage over other dark-skinned women that she has to be on that show with. I think that she shows her insecurities all over the place. Absolutely. And I think that's sad. And I think if she were really to not be bitter and not be bothered and phased, that you would, say that, oh, she's beautiful. I can see how people feel like we favor. She's a beautiful young woman. There's nothing more to say that doesn't make you look like a hater. To say she's not in your league is wild for you to say that. It's wild for you to say that. You're giving yourself way too much credit. And I'm saying that. Let's go look at Dr. Carey's Instagram. Where is Dr. Carey? Dr. Carey, baby. Let's go look. Is she not in your league because she's not as light as you? Is that the idea? Let me see. Oh, girl, I didn't know she had a white dress like this that was covering her neck. Oh, the way y'all let the church hem y'all up in fabrics. It's a beautiful gown. Looks more like a champagne. I don't know. Looks beautiful, though. I saw something else. What did I see? This is what I saw. I saw this, which I liked. But all the girls want prestige and access by the way of a pastor. Pastors have political access. They also have access to the secular world, regardless of how they try to act like they don't. We all know that they do. Jamal Bryant was a whore. But essentially, she looks like a woman that probably has a better temperament, a better attitude, knows that she's beautiful, but doesn't use it as a weapon against everybody. Like, that's what she looked like. She looked sweet. Like, she looked nice to me. I could be wrong. I don't know this lady. But in comparison to Jazelle, she looks nice. But, I mean, it makes it no different. I think all of these women still feel like being the wife of a pastor puts them on a pedestal, even if that pastor is a whore. But she's beautiful. She's a very beautiful, stylish young woman. And I think that the fact that you and this woman now share a man, you had a husband, she had you had a husband, she has a husband, it's the same man. To feel like y'all are not in each other's league is just shade that's unnecessary. And it shows that you're bothered and dehydrated, Jazelle, because why not just give her a compliment and move on? Like, I would have just complimented the woman and moved on. Like, I don't know why you need to act as if you're above this woman when at the end of the day, it seems as if she's been able to get him to act like he has some sense right now. And it might be because he's older. Please don't negate the fact that niggas act like they have sense when they get with a young woman when they're older, because they know they don't have much time left. It doesn't make sense for them to go and keep trying to find younger, newer models and shit. And then, yes, it seems as if they are sorors. And that's how she talked about that woman and said that she wasn't in the same league as her. And they are sorors. Now, mind you, Wendy is also a soror. So don't act like she care about that shit. She don't care about that shit. I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, yeah, Jazelle don't care about none of that shit. Oh, Lord, girl. I see y'all over there trying to make Real Housewives of Potomac shake. Trying to make it do what it do. Trying to make it twerk something. I ain't worrying about it. I'm not. I'm really not. All right, y'all. Let's do some updates really quickly and then I'll get out of here. Okay. So Megan Good is optimistic about Jonathan Good's career. Okay. In a recent interview with the Associated Press, it was noted that Good is optimistic about Major's future, believing that his future will regenerate. She also addressed rumors suggesting that their relationship is a publicity stunt to help sustain his career, saying the idea that people are like, well, she got paid, it could be hurtful, but I just don't care anymore. And that's a good feeling. I don't think you were paid, sweetheart. I think his team knew what needed to be done. And I believe that your emotions were absolutely tapped in this situation. But do I feel like he was 100% emotionally involved in the same way? I do not. She also addressed rumors suggesting that their relation. Okay, I read that part. Good and Majors, who got engaged in November 2024, began dating in 2023 after Majors was arrested for assaulting his ex-girlfriend. His acting career took a dip as he was found guilty of reckless assault and harassment, resulting in a sentence of probation. And let me tell y'all something. Even if y'all don't think that he was like hurting or beating on that white girl, that's fine. Please understand something's wrong with Jonathan. Jonathan has a bad temper. Jonathan is hard to deal with, whatever it is. But the reason why his career has not regenerated is because people were happy to finally not have to work with him, is what it's giving. But the black people will give him a route back because the black people always give you a route back. That's why he went and got with that lady in the first place, because he knows that getting with a black woman will help. All right. So let's go ahead and lastly, let's do some updates on Diddy. And I want to get out of here. Yeah, no, I will never forget the text messages, which is why I still believe he was abusive to that girl, regardless to whether it was physical or not. The way he was threatening to kill himself if she went to the hospital, like, I'm sorry, y'all. I won't forget that. And that is a huge signifier that a man is narcissistic or mentally or emotionally abusive in a relationship, is for them to put extreme expectations on a woman and then threaten to kill themselves. Saying that that lady should act like Coretta Scott King, I'm sorry, y'all. That's batshit. We won't, I'm sorry. Y'all won't get us past that. That nigga's crazy, and anybody with that nigga is crazy. Let's move on.
I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I'm going to get. Whatever I want, I have to get.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I'm going to get. Whatever.
I low-key wanted to let that shit run. Oh, Lord. Intros that I make. Okay, come on. Neighbors, Diddy is fighting back. Okay? Sean Diddy Combs is taking legal action against Courtney Burgess, a grand jury witness, and attorney Ariel Mitchell, accusing them of spreading false claims and fabricating stories for media attention. We did a story on them on BondyBlue Bites. I posted it. Go look for it, bitch. Okay. All right. The lawsuit alleges the pair fed the public outlandish claims and baseless speculation, including accusations that Diddy possesses video evidence of sexual assaults involving celebrities and minors, a claim he vehemently denies. What? According to TMZ, Diddy also disputed Burgess' assertion that he received Kim Porter's memoir directly from her, noting that those closest to Porter, including her children and longtime roommate, have never heard of Burgess. This lawsuit follows a cease and desist letter previously issued by Diddy's children, warning Burgess against releasing the alleged memoir. In response, Mitchell called the lawsuit a pathetic ploy to silence victims and hinted at plans to countersue, accusing Diddy of dodging existing legal battles. Diddy is suing Burgess, Mitchell, and News Nation, the outlet he claims amplified the allegations, for defamation, seeking at least $50 million in damages. And this was a clip from that previous story when the witness was brought to the courtroom. And this is, one of the people that was supposedly in charge of putting that book out. But interesting shit. We'll move on to something else, but let's hear a little bit.
Should be in front of it.
Right.
You understand? I didn't put it there.
Right.
So, they got to worry about bigger things.
Right.
Than what her diary was. You understand?
Right.
They should have started worrying when he was beating her.
Right.
When you start worrying about your mother after the fact.
Right. So the book, do you think it'll ever be open to the public or after this, or?
That'll be the next thing. I've been contracted to go to Amazon and work out whatever legalities that may have existed prior so that we can republish the book.
Wow, so the public will get to see her actual words and thoughts.
So very soon, the actual unedited version.
Been in contact.
Okay, so if you want to see the rest of that, BondyBlue Bites, you can see the original post of that. Okay, so we don't know. I said in that one, and I said now we don't know if those people are actually factual in this situation. But there was a story that I saved. Let's go back. 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 Here we are.
So, huh? Now it's alleged that Kimora Lee Simmons is the author of the Kim Porter book. I knew it, or I assumed it, when in the book she was talking about Kim's breast being plump, this, that, and other. That's woman talk. And when she talked about that Vibe Awards and Diddy pissing in that craft with the Kadada Jones thing, I felt it was Kimora Lee Simmons who put that book together from then. But I'm hearing that it's out now. So if that is true, Kimora, woo, girl. Kimora, woo. So, huh? Now it's alleged that Kimora Lee Simmons is the author of the Kim Porter book. I knew it, or I assumed it, when in the book she was talking about Kim's breast being plump, this, that, and other. That's woman talk. And when she talked about that Vibe Awards and Diddy pissing in that craft with the Kadada Jones thing, I felt it was Kimora Lee Simmons who put that book together from then. But I'm hearing that it's out now. So if that is true, Kimora.
Okay. So here's the thing. I don't know what to believe with this situation. I just came here on Amazon. And here on Amazon, I see Kim Porter, P. Diddy Memoir, Lost Words, The Untold Story in Kim's Words by Janine Copey for $11.46. Janine has P. Diddy Memoir. Then there's another one, Kim's Lost Diaries by Mason Zabian. I don't know who the hell that is. Okay, whoever Mason Zabian is, from London, Ontario, Canada, freelance writer. Like, how would he even have gotten this? It seems as if he likes to just write. Like, was he the author of this one? Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So you get a culmination of stories off the internet and create a book. So that's him. Janine Copey, we don't even know who that really is. And that might be like the handle that allegedly is supposed to be Kimora. I'm not sure. Y'all know I have not read this stuff because I just feel like, why? I don't really trust it. So I don't want to fully give my attention to it because of that fact. But what I do know is I'm starting to believe that something was written, and I wish people would just keep it a buck about it, and then we can just move on. Okay, just keep it a buck and we can just move on, because essentially it would make sense for her to write a book about her experiences, especially if she was planning to leave him. Okay, so moving on from there, we have this last update. Diddy just scored a legal win after a federal judge dismissed $400 million lawsuit against him by Michigan prisoner Derek Lee Cordello Smith, which we all felt like was going to be dismissed because it was something that was allowed basically from a default, meaning that he filed this lawsuit. Diddy didn't arrive to court, and so he was offered a default. He was given a default judgment. According to court documents obtained by In Touch, the case was thrown out because Derek's claims, centered on an alleged incident in 1997, were barred by the statute of limitations in Michigan. So that's the reason. The case was dismissed with prejudice, meaning Derek cannot refile or pursue the same allegations against Diddy. However, the court declined Diddy's request for sanctions to block Derek from filing future lawsuits against him, instead warning Derek against duplicative, frivolous, or harassing filings. Derek, who accused Diddy of assaulting him at a Holiday Inn sex party in 1997, alleged in his lawsuit that the mogul spiked his drink, causing him to fall asleep. He claimed he woke up to find Diddy engaging in relations with a woman, and that Diddy then turned to him and said, I did this to you too. Diddy's legal team denied these claims. Okay, so he won't have to pay that money, obviously. I think we all knew that that was going to happen. I think a lot of people feel like, they look at these two people and they feel like this story is completely far-fetched. I feel like it's more so far-fetched because the person alleging it is not trustworthy based on the fact that he's a criminal. He likes to lie, and he's been sitting in prison learning ways how to file litigation in order to, get himself out of the situation that he's in. He's obviously an opportunistic person. But I still feel like I don't believe that Diddy is innocent enough to think that he's not guilty of doing something to a man who looks like this man now, but that man in 1997 might have been more attractive because he was younger, skinnier, whatever. You don't know what people look like in the 90s. Y'all seen, these little things keep breaking my heart. And then you see somebody old ass grandmama, old ass daddy that was a fucking fox back in the day, and you like, you know what I'm saying? So, right, that's what I was saying. So it wasn't dismissed on merits, but statute of limitations, which means they couldn't prove it was a lie. Which is what I said about how I thought the fact that they even enforced it means there must have been something for them to feel like it, it's not, we can't say it's a lie. And if you can't say something is completely a lie, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for the super sticker, Brooklyn Rose. I appreciate you, love, for showing me some love during this broadcast, and I'm giving to y'all late on this good evening because y'all ain't been showing me no love all show, but it's okay. I hope y'all like the video because it's been almost 2 hours, and this is my second video for the day, and I'm about to go, okay? Either way, y'all, as far as I'm concerned, whatever they said Diddy did, he did that shit. And really what that means is that I think he's a bad enough person to do the worst shit. So it doesn't matter how many people say he did something, whether they did it or not. There are some people who he did very terrible shit to, and it's true. So that's why I just kind of feel like there's no point in going back and forth. We'll just see how it all shakes out. We'll see how everything shakes out. But ultimately, whatever they said he did that shit. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Serena. I really appreciate that. Okay. April Glow Girl, member for 19 months. Thank you so much for coming through. Back to Joey Chavez. I left a 20-year relationship, 14-year marriage. Hasn't seen or contacted our 11 or 13-year-olds since I left. These men do not care. Girl, we see so many stories of women doing this shit reportedly the right way, and niggas still leave them, you know what I'm saying, for dead. You left her for dead. You know what I'm saying? It still happens. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like that's not a guarantee, and that does not absolve people. And you shouldn't be pushing people into marriages that they don't want to be in or that they're not prepared for simply because you feel like it looks better and it's a better opportunity for them to fuck. When really, y'all can just unwrap y'all minds from that shit and allow people to fuck under just social responsibility terms. Protect yourself. Don't have unprotected sex with people you don't want to have children with. Don't have unprotected sex if you're not prepared to have children. Make sure you get everybody tested if you do want to have raw sex. Be financially dependent upon yourself so that you're not looking for other people to be dependent on. Clean up after yourself so you're not looking for women to come into your household who you really don't like, also that they can clean up after you. Like, these are just like, I feel like socialized rules that we should start to live by. Live by them, son. Live by them. So that y'all can stop getting into toxic relationships for bullshit reasons that, really when we look at it in 2025, it doesn't make sense. It's not 1960. It's not 1980. It's not even 1990, my nigga. And honestly, I feel like people had more idealistic mindsets in 1990 than they do now. I don't know how we got here, girl. Child, the way I always want to sing, never could have made it. Anyway, I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for coming through. I hope y'all have a good weekend. I'm going to do the same, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out, y'all. Oh, not House Party 3. You know that's my shit. Things to think about. But the next one will be The Notebook. Peace out.